Hey guys, welcome to the Principles of Financial Accounting. My name is Mr. Harris and I will be your instructor. I wanted to take just a couple minutes here to get you familiar with the course. I know sometimes when you first get into the Moodle account that you have for the very first time, it can seem a little bit overwhelming. But anyways, hopefully this video will make you feel a little more comfortable. So first off, you'll see here there's a welcome message, just kind of welcome you to class, and I'm asking you to watch this video, so thank you for taking the time to do it. One of the first things you'll want to do is to go in here and take a look at the syllabus. If we click in here, you can find all sorts of different information. There's information about the course, there's faculty information, there's a picture of me there, course learning outcomes, materials and fees, things like that. So you want to take a look through here, make sure you have the right book, the right ISBN, and make sure you have the Cengage access code. We're going to use Cengage to help us through all of our homework, so that's something that's definitely mandatory for you to get. Okay, and let's take a look here, a couple other things. The course attendance policy, you make sure you keep track of that, and that you're not coming in tardy to class and that you don't overcut. So be there as often as you can, and it'll really help you make it through this class. If you're missing a lot of class, I really don't see how you're going to make it through. And in fact, a lot of times, I've had several students to retake this class, and the first time around they're thinking it's going to be just, maybe fluff and easy. It's definitely a manageable course, and you can definitely pass it, but you want to make sure that you're studious, especially in the beginning. What we're going to learn in the first couple chapters, if you don't have a good understanding of that, you don't stand a chance with the rest of the class. So really buckle down hard from the get-go in this class, and as we get a little bit towards the end, you might be able to lighten yourself up just a little bit. So be prepared to learn these rules, and these the methodology we're going to learn here is something that is going to be kind of new to you. It's going to be kind of like learning a foreign language, so you're going to have to be ready to hit the ground running and be willing to put in some study time. The schedule here, make sure you take a look at the schedule. I'll kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be covering. We're going to, for the most part, cover one chapter per week, and with each of those weeks or each of those topics that we'll have, you will have a quiz that's due, and you will have a homework assignment that you're going to complete in Cengage. From time to time, there will also be a discussion board, so make sure you're doing everything in the topic. I think there will be a total of 3 discussion boards throughout the entire class. And obviously we'll have some tests sprinkled in there as well. There'll be a total of 3 tests. The last test will count as the third test. It's going to be taken during exam week, and that will count as your final exam. I'm going to be from time to time sending you announcements regarding how the class is doing on the class average for the quizzes and things like that. And so you'll get announcements sent to you. So just make sure you open any correspondence that you receive from me, and make sure you read through it. And you're going to want to also, when you're trying to figure out how to get logged into Cengage now, you're going to want to click on this little link here, and that'll take you to some directions that'll help you make sure you're getting everything set up properly. The big idea with the Cengage is that you're going to have 2 codes. One code I provide you that's going to tell you the specific ID for this course, the course ID that you're taking. There's a lot of different teachers doing all different versions of Cengage, and Cengage needs to know exactly what course, i.e. my course, that you're in. Also, there's another code that will come with the book or the Cengage access when you purchase that. Okay, and that's the other code that you're going to need to submit, and that shows them that you've actually paid, and then they'll give you full access. Now, if you're having trouble paying for it or anything like that, they'll actually give you a grace period of a couple weeks, I believe, so you can still get in and do the first week's work, or first maybe chapter's work, no problem. So don't let that dissuade you. If money's a problem, like I said, they'll work with you there. So let me know if you're having any troubles, and please make sure you get started right away. We're going to work on the first half of Chapter 1 here this very first week. We have a lot to cover, so we need to get started. I have some optional study resources here for you. All sorts of videos prepared by me. You'll want to check these out if you're struggling. I've really taken a lot of time to go through here and explain all sorts of things. And if you were to click on this link, you'll see all these different videos I've put together, right? One for sometimes several videos for one chapter. So if you're having trouble with something, for example, debits and credits, a lot of times that's something that people have an issue with. So if you just click on this right here, I'll provide you with a great explanation. So if you're one of those people that's taking this class not as a seated class, but as an online class or a hybrid class, you might get even extra help from this because there'll be limited instructor interaction. There's a great website right here. This website is called principlesofaccounting.com. There's wonderful videos, all sorts of different explanations, and it might just take somebody else explaining it a different way to make things make sense. If you want to grab the PowerPoints to use, feel free to grab those right here. These are the most up-to-date versions of the PowerPoints. And if you look down to the very bottom, all the way at the very bottom here, you'll see this says optional resource, old version of PowerPoint slides. If you'd like to, feel free to take a look at those. Those are ones that I've kind of tweaked and will kind of parallel what we're doing in class, or I'm sorry, in the seated lectures a little bit more. I've kind of tried to consolidate some of the slides in those. So if you want to, that's totally optional, but you can take those and maybe that'll help you as well. If you want to print any of these slides out, remember that you can print multiple slides on each sheet of paper, and you can also print front and back. Sometimes these slideshows have 50 and up slides to them, so you don't want to go broke trying to print these things out. But if you can print them double-sided and maybe 2 slides per page, you can really cut down on the number of paper that you're going to be using there. Some other resources here for you to check out. Maybe you're enjoying this class and you think that you want to pursue a career in accounting. If so, please let me know. I'll be glad to chat with you. Also, there's some information here on what does it take to become a CPA, videos on dressing for success, interviewing tips, careers in accounting, things like that. So hopefully you'll take a second out of your busy days to check that out at some point. So this very first week here, and like I said, make sure you check that schedule that we talked about earlier in the syllabus to make sure that you are getting everything done on time, and no late work is going to be accepted. So it's your responsibility to do what you're supposed to do by the deadlines. Okay. And if you're having trouble with the internet connection, there are computer labs on campus, so that shouldn't be an issue. If you think you're going to have an issue with that, please go in and take care of that before the deadlines, because the fact that your internet connection was down isn't really a legitimate excuse. Okay. So this very first chapter here, it says the first half of chapter 1. Chapter 1 is so important that instead of rushing through it, I thought it would be serve you guys best to split it into 2 sections. We're going to do the first half in this topic, and we'll cover the second half of chapter 1 in the next topic. Okay. So there's a video here I prepared on the accounting equation. Most of the videos, like I said, are in YouTube, so check that link I provided with you up there. There's instructions on how to access Cengage. This is where I'll give you that course ID that you'll need. You're going to complete a quiz on the first half of chapter 1. And for those of you that are in class, I'll try to provide you in the seated class, or the seated section that is, I'm going to try to provide you with little quizzes at the end of each chapter to keep you on point. My students in the past have told me they really found that was helpful. So it's something I'm doing for you guys. Hopefully it'll help you guys stay on point just a little more. So if you click on this, instructions, how to access Cengage. Oops, that's not what I meant to click on there. I apologize. Chapter 1, Part 1, Instructions. If you click on this, there's one of these instruction links for every single topic. And you want to go through here, and I'm going to tell you what you need to do, the fact that there's a quiz, the fact that you need to complete the Cengage assignment for this week, okay? And so make sure the first thing you should do with each of these topics when you're getting started is to click on this, and that'll tell you the instructions for that week. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions at all. Email is the best way to get a hold of me, and I check that routinely through the day, so I'll try my best to get back to you very quickly. Have a great semester, and like I said, let me know if there are any issues that you encounter, and take care.